G'day, my name's Andy Moore. I'm from New Zealand. I blog at star-studdedsuperstep.com. Here I blog about New Zealand politics, some US politics, abortion, and then also freedom. So I've been blogging for the last 4 years, and now I've decided it's time to try and catch up with the pack and start vlogging, video blogging. So I think I'm going to start off this time with a really interesting situation in New Zealand where there's outcry over the abortion of cows. Apparently 200,000 cows are aborted in New Zealand every year on average. And so I'm just going to look at some of the response from various groups to that news and sort of throw a bit of perspective on it. Okay, so TVNZ had the story on the 1st of August that dairy farmers throughout New Zealand are giving the cows abortions, and approximately 200,000 calves are being aborted in New Zealand every year so that calving can happen at the same time and that all the little calves are born at the same time. Sue Kedgley is the animal welfare spokesperson for the Green Party of New Zealand. Now, the Green Party is known for being a party of principle. So on the 2nd of August, the Green Party put out a press release in which Sue Kedgley stated that Minister of Agriculture David Carter needs to intervene to halt the practice in the dairy industry of inducing cows to give birth to premature calves. Ms. Kedgley said, "This inhumane and cruel practice could put our international dairying reputation at risk." Kedgley went on to say, "By dispensing drugs that allow induction to take place for economic rather than animal welfare reasons, vets are deliberately inflicting suffering on healthy animals." So what is an induction? Well, it's basically the same thing as an RU486 abortion, which is done on a mother and her little child is killed. And the way this happens is the doctor first injects some mifepristone, which kills the baby, and then about 48 hours later, something called misoprostol is injected, and this is a prostaglandin which causes the mother to go into premature labor, and the baby is delivered. And usually it is dead, not always, but this is a very effective abortion method. Induction is a polite way of saying abortion. And of course, abortion is a polite way of saying child killing. SAFE is a New Zealand animal rights group. It stands for Save Animals from Exploitation. They responded to this issue. "No one actually realizes what we do in this industry and how cruel it actually is." I completely agree. Abortion is cruel. Whatever name you give it, induction, abortion, termination of pregnancy, reproductive rights, abortion stops a beating heart. It's a horrible way to die. The Greens say that these inductions are threatening New Zealand's dairy industry because an increasing number of vets are saying, "We've moved on. It's not a good look on the international market." The Green Party has a strong pro-abortion policy. It says, women's right to control their bodies is non-negotiable. You've got to ask yourself, why the double standard? Why are we all just going along with it? You know, we raise our hands up in the air, we say, all these calves being aborted, it's barbaric. Why is this happening in New Zealand? And then we should just take a minute and say, what about the human babies that are dying every day in New Zealand? 18,000 New Zealand babies are killed by abortion in New Zealand. The Greens press release on this issue with cows and abortion stated, "The Minister, David Carter, can halt this practice by requiring that the licensed drug that is used to induce calves is taken off-label, meaning that it can only be used for welfare purposes, not to induce calves for the convenience of a farmer." Convenience, It's interesting that they should use that word because 98.7% of abortions on human babies in New Zealand are done on the grounds of mental health of the mother. And this means that 2 certifying consultants have signed off saying that the mother is unfit, mentally unfit, to give birth to her baby, and then the baby is killed. Now, I'm all for speaking out against animal cruelty. I've volunteered for SAFE, collecting donations for this. That's not the point. The point is the double standard here, and the fact that we're ashamed as a nation of this practice of aborting calves, of killing unborn calves. But around 18,000 preborn babies are killed in New Zealand every year. They're worked out at about 70 every business day. Every New Zealander should be ashamed of New Zealand, our free land, as our national anthem puts it, where the most dangerous place to be is in the womb. Right, well, that's all for now. I'll be back in another video shortly. In the meantime, you can check out my blog or consider what you can do to raise awareness to this ridiculous inconsistency, this double standard, the social injustice of abortion, which is being perpetrated in our free land every single day.